Welcome back to Deadfire. We're standing on a tower. We've just defeated Constellations, the rich lich wizard. And we are perfectly wounded. There were some sigils that would give us wounds like there's no tomorrow. That's why we have so many wounds here. Critical injuries. We're really reduced to shambles. So let's see what we have there from this. Grenades, all kinds of things. Effort, what is that? A great two-handed sword. Aha. Hits with this weapon cause 10% damage as raw damage over time. Lacerating. Very nice. Determined demise. Immune to resolve afflictions while under 25% health. Wow. This blade seems to appear and disappear from history every generation or so. Many great nobles, warriors, and adventurers have carried it and accomplished great and terrible things with its power. Few are mentioned by name, almost if they were an afterthought to the weapon itself. No owner is known to have retained the sword for long, as they have all invariably met their fate in violent ways. It is rumored that the sword sings a strange song to the hearts of those who wield it, inspiring them to push themselves to the edge of their abilities and beyond, rarely to a good end. Thus it has changed hands many times. Most recently it was recovered from the frozen corpse of a Walian explorer in The White That Wends. He is said to have discovered the sword within the skeletal ribcage of a long-dead dragon, along with the rusted remains of a suit of half-digested armor. Where or how the dragon's unfortunate victim acquired the weapon is unknown, though it can be reasoned he came about the blade in a similar macabre fashion, and he might have killed the dragon with it, right? With exceptional plate armor. That looks great. Boots of speed. Wow. The Iron-Clasp Grimoire. Let's see. We have, of course, the Constellations spells in there. Constellations parasitic stuff. That is a very good weapon. Constellations parasitic quarter stuff. 20% of damage dealt with this weapon restores health to the wielder. Scaling. Accuracy, damage, and penetration increase with the wielder's level. Very nice thing. Expose vulnerabilities. Constellations draining touch. Letters, missiles, gaze of the Ardragon, delayed fireball, temporal cocoon. Lock the target in a cocoon of binding energy. While trapped in the cocoon, the prisoner cannot act, be attacked, or affected by abilities. However, all effects already on the cocoon's prisoner will continue to affect them. That's very interesting too. Arcane Cleanse. Yeah, we have suffered from this. Minus 167 rounds duration of beneficial effects. Okay. Okay. That's also a nice thing to have. So there's more to discover here, of course. See about the notes of him. Scroll of Fiber. And there's the Panther. That's the last constellation. Reaching for her quiver and finding it empty, the Huntress cast her bow to the ground and resolved to fight the Panther barehanded. Because we had 3 constellations, but we needed 4. And that seems to be the 4th constellation that we need. Oh my goodness me, that's very, very interesting. Let's see. Let me look at my notes. The 4th constellation. That's so good. So good. We have to look at this, actually. Let's do this shortly. The Huntress. So, the Huntress set out from her village. So, the Huntress is first. Huntress is first. From the village to the hill. That's where she paused. We have the Leviathan, that's later. We have the Panther. That's something that seems to be unconnected. We have the Kingfisher. When the fog thickened over the path, the Huntress let out a piercing whistle and called for the Kingfisher, who hovered between her eyes and whispered of what lay ahead. And then the Panther. She's still on the path, probably. Because the Panther is not the Leviathan. She leaped from her boat in time to see it splintered in half as the Leviathan brought down its mighty tail. So she set out, paused on a hill to survey the path ahead. And then when fog thickened over the path, the Huntress let out a piercing whistle and called for the Kingfisher. So that could be the second one. Or the third one. The Panther. That doesn't really fit in. Reaching for a quiver, finding it empty, the Huntress cast her bow to the ground and resolved to fight the Panther barehanded. Leviathan. The Huntress leaped from her boat in time to see it splintered in half as the Leviathan brought down its mighty tail. But that is not the Hunter. The Leviathan is a whale, a giant whale that we knew about. That is somewhere on the ground. Maybe it's the second one. Because the Kingfisher is in fog or something like that. And you cannot like read... you cannot see a panther through fog, right? So she wouldn't reach for a quiver. Because she wouldn't have seen the panther. So she defeats the Panther, then calls for the Kingfisher, and then when she meets the Leviathan, that ends. It could also be totally different. We'll have a look.
I'll see it done.
On the other hand, maybe we want to sleep first, because we have really, really terrible wounds. I think it's better to do that. Eggs. Paloi nuts. Yeah, paloi nuts are good. Let's rest. And it's also night now, when we can see the constellations. That's way better. So we'll... first we'll look through the telescope. The breast telescope has recently been cleaned. Both lenses are polished to a fine sheen. An ocean of stars stretches out before you. The night sky is no stranger, but you seldom see it with such intimacy. A dizzy spell overtakes you. The stars blur out of their normal positions. When your focus returns, each of the celestial bodies cracks open one by one, their light bleeding together. The stars converge to form a series of winking eyes. Greetings, pal. What? The words spell themselves out in the stars. Beneath the winking eyes, the crescent moon slowly widens and rotates into a grin. Well? While you're looking around, try not to think too hard about what's up there. Some secrets are worth keeping. The largest of eyes winks. You blink and the night sky reasserts its normal configuration. Oh, interesting. Oh, interesting. Look for the constellation of the Huntress. You spot the Huntress with ease, her bandolier of weapons standing out as a band of stars. Take down the coordinates. The Kingfisher. You note the position of the Kingfisher just above a particularly bright pairing of stars. The Panther. A crescent of stars meant to represent a fallen bow. And the Leviathan is positioned over a cluster of stars in the shape of a shattered canoe. Now let's activate after our theory, eh?
Consider it done.
Enter the coordinates for the Huntress legend called Constellations. As the last number settles into place... Okay, it's not a riddle. Okay, okay. You hear the sound of dormant gears beginning to turn. A low vibration builds under your feet. Here I was. Going for a riddle that didn't need to be solved. Oh. It spins. Ah, it gets into place. The stars align. Or rather the planets, maybe. Oh. This glows. Very, very interesting, and now... The model of one of Eothas' moons opened to reveal a hidden cache. Whatever Bekarna hid must be inside.
I'll see it done.
A whale of a wand and Bekarna's research. A superb wand. Oh, nice. Only piercing, though. -5 deflection against melee weapons. Unfit for melee. Superb. Nice. Plus 45% damage, 12 accuracy, 3 penetration. Beasts Imagined. Hits with this weapon have a 5% chance to cast Form of the Hapless Beast on their target. Nice. And a 5% chance to charm targets with sea stories. That's interesting. Responsibility for the great histories of Rauatai falls to the most trusted chanters of the Law College. This Scrimshaw wand was the personal implement of the venerable chanter's cult, Kaliwi the Storyteller. As a wandering lawkeeper, Kaliwi traveled the islands of the kingdom, spreading tales of great heroes. Kaliwi used this wand not only as a tool of defense from the ever-present dangers of the Deadfire, but to enhance the stories with vivid imagery, colors and sounds, a technique she called weaving. She was especially fond of weaving her stories for children. To Kaliwi, the mind of a child was eager to believe in the unbelievable and find comfort in the fantastical. The greatest stories, after all, need not have necessarily happened to be true. A bit of illusory magic persists in the wand. When held, it whispers of tall tales, dazzling deeds, and the altogether extraordinary, a whale of a wand. And we have Bekarna's research. This journal details the wizard's Bekarna's studies of the night sky. She built an observatory and crafted specialized instruments that we've seen to research her theory that some arcane energies originate from incredibly remote sources, perhaps even the stars themselves. Her final entry reads, "The stars are either dead zones or my instruments lack refinement. Shouting over their energy signature is a concentration of soul essence moving through the dead fire, enough to justifiably called a river. Oddly, it seems to pick up speed where it veers off to the northeast as if drawn into a whirlpool. What is this region hiding that can exert such a tug on reincarnation itself? Bekarna, you are in way over your head." Definitely something to think about. Wow. I should return to Arkham here. Should we do that? I think we should. Let's just check around a bit to see if... Yeah, no, there's not more, I guess. we be able to find Ukaizo now? And is there someone stopping us now, like in a bad movie? Yeah. Or would it be a good movie even? It could be, I mean. Let's see where we can get to. We'll return to Arkham here for now. Bekarna's Observatory. Oh, our hull health is not that great, so if we're gonna be stopped, we need to fight instantly. Captain Theonic. Is that someone we need to catch? No, it doesn't seem like it. Bounties. Wakayo in the Brass Citadel. Brass Citadel and Sacred Stair. That's where we also need to go. Let's return to Neketaka. What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? Oh, we should fill up water and stuff, maybe. See about the supply. Or maybe some lager, eh? We've got a good discount here. How many? Let's take like that. 200 lager. And refill the supplies. And I think we can, I mean, we can sell, but yeah. Torn Bannerman Grimoire. Let's just sell a bit. The normal, these grimoires, eh? But each of them brings 100. That's not bad. Club grimoire. I kind of want to keep the torch. Here we go. So Arkham is in Periki's Overlook, I think. We had in Serpent's Crown we had someone. In the Kahanga Palace, and then on the Sacred Stair, and then we'll go to Arkham. Arkham is in Periki's Overlook. Let's see what new bounties await us here. Okauru in the Sacred Stair, and we had Radulf. Oh no, in the Brass Citadel. Ah, Sacred Stair. Yeah, let's go to The Sacred Stair and then to the Brass Citadel, right? And then to Arkham. Yeah, city tour. Touring tourists. That's who we are. Where do we have a Koru? She wasn't like here or something. Or he. I always don't really.
Hunter, do you come to serve your coin bond?
Yeah. Here's Onodera's head. Sailors can rest easy. For now.
Your coin bond has muffled a killing song. Excellent work.
Nice. She clasps your hand in hers as she passes you a pouch. 2,500 copper.
We are not finished. Your bond is needed again, and if your purse has room, we may help each other.
She raises her brow and waits. Oh, so yeah, we would do it for nothing, but okay, if our purse needs room. What bounties do you have available?
Eothas, a wizard of great cunning, slays Mataru warriors in single combat. Some accuse him of being an agent of Rauatai. They have forged a coin bond to see him killed.
A slaying wizard, a pair of coins sit on her palm. When she passes her other hand over them, only one remains.
Eothas pages through his grimoire in the central aisles of the Kua Orakuhu chain.
Nice. We'll return with his head, as usual. And we'll go further now. Let's mark again. Town crier. Who was there down in the Brass Citadel? Let me see. Let me see again. Is there a hint where he is? At Liftus. Oh no, that's someone else. Fleet Master Vokoyo in the Brass Citadel. Okay. Fleet Master's office. Why not? That seems to be where we need to go, eh? Fleet Master Vokoyo. Hey there.
My favorite privateer. Clear skies.
Vokoyo crosses his arms over his chest. I dealt with Rudolph.
Then let us content ourselves that some small corner of the archipelago is safe from Valian excess.
He passes you a heavy pouch and smiles.
Our work is unfinished, privateer. Are you ready to hunt anew?
Sure, let's hunt. What bounties do you have?
Captain, your final target is Burunga, a Hawana captain of many seasons. She is known for bending nature to her will and pursuing her foes with relentless fury.
Sounds, worthy. I'll take the bounty.
Burunga commands the Dao Puger's Tooth, which braves the turbulent waters of the Afachina Channel, far to the northeast of Nekataka.
Koya squints toward the horizon, nodding to himself. Alright, good. And now let's go to Arkham and see what he has for us. Arkham's Manor. Hey, who are you? Imp? No, he's a well-guarded man. He's still there? Alive? Very good.
If you require directions to BEKARNA'S observatory, look to your sextant.
Arkham gestures for you to speak freely. BEKARNA, I found this old almanac in an orrery. Look familiar.
You did you? That does rather defeat the purpose of absolution.
Arkham tugs on his lower lip and scrutinizes you.
So be it. Follow me down to the scrying pool.
Ooh, interesting. Alright, down to the scrying pool we go. Where is he? Ah, he's wandering around here, is he? Was he? Down to the scrying pool. Let's hope no one is aggressive to us here. Oh god. We cleared out most of his cellars. Arkham, are you here? Arkham? Arkham, where are you? Is he here? That a scrying pool? No? I mean, that was his treasure chamber that we plundered. Nothing so much here. Oh. Soul? Uh-huh. Okay, that's not really the way we wanted to do it, but there's the mushroom chamber, which is also not the scrying pool. Oh, that seems to be the scrying pool, eh? Hello there. Don't mind us. We're just positioning us for a fight.
Yeah? What can I do?
Just out of some very, very bad hunch.
Yes? Yes? Yes?
Arkham's eyes are closed in deep concentration. His attention entirely focused on the glowing pool in front of him. Arkham gestures down at the scrying pool. You peer into the water's dark silhouettes, sit arrayed in a circle, and the surface of the pool ripples in tune with muted voices, carrying from below. Oh, we need to stand close. We'll leave. We need to stand closer.
Of course.
Yes?
Stand closer. Around the freaking pool. Here we go.
Yeah? Yes?
I mean,
Leave it to
she's into Arcana, right? Yeah, look at that. Knock on the surface of the water. That would probably anger him, but all of the seated figures turn to you at once, their face obscured by hoods. One of them makes an impatient beckoning gesture. Dip your face in the water. No sooner does your skin break the surface tension than you feel a breeze of warm air. You're peering into a stone chamber ringed with braziers and tapestries as you would an open window. Robed men and women clutch the armrests of their thrones. Water drips down your chin. The other Archmagi seem for the moment unfazed by your presence. And Aumaua folds her arms and stares down at another woman who keeps the fists balled at her sides. Ooze drips from the sleeves of the Aumaua's robe and pools at the floor. You mistake the matter, Kalakoth. My curiosity and perusal are not endorsements of her research. Mora nods with an air of boredom. Bekarna won't suddenly be vindicated by the likes of us having simply read her work. Something green and twisted wriggles under the table. Kalakoth points down and a flash of light incinerates it on the spot, filling the room with a stench of overcooked snails. A suppressed chuckle carries over the silence that follows. You're a slippery fiend, Mora. Some of us refuse to taint our reason with the half-wit conclusions of circle rejects. And keep the slugs to yourself, Kalakoth grits her teeth. The Circle of Archmagi. It's an honor. I would apologize that you aren't seeing us at our best form, but this seems about right. Mora waves from her seat at the table. Apologies also that Kalakoth is holding up the meeting with one of her moods. We could get started if she would banish the thing enamored with my ankles. Kalakoth points an accusing finger at Mora. I swear she baits me every turn, Arkham. You call this conclave. I hope you're ready to impose some be-damned courtesy. Mora, your pets can wait outside. Arkham waits patiently as Mora makes a shooing gesture. A wet slopping sound echoes in the hall. Something dark and large makes its way toward an exit. If you're ready to speak rationally, our patience is about to be rewarded. He strokes his beard and sighs, inviting you to speak. Where exactly are we? Between locations. Nowhere you could pin down with an exactly. Violetta shrugs, wearing an apologetic smile. This is the renowned slayer of Lengrath? My, what a surprise! Ringrim rests her chin on her fists and regards you with pursed lips. She glances across at a woman digging her nails into the tabletop. One Lengrath. He killed but one. The current Lengrath raises a finger. And her pets Turif Sulfus and Gaffon Nurkos. Those she raised from eggs. She raises two more fingers, breathing heavily. She didn't give me much of a choice. Let me speak to you of choice. Lengrath raises a finger and makes to rise. Ninagorth messages his brow with both hands. This posturing is without value or reason. Get on with it, old man. He beckons to Arkham. I was about to do exactly that. The Archmage nods and clears his throat, elbowing you out of the way so that his face commands the scrying pool. Bekarna was no Archmage, but we all agree that she was on the cusp of a breakthrough before her unfortunate disappearance. Arkham takes the book from you and licks his finger as he begins to turn pages. Why did you never officially recognize her? The studies had no merit. They yielded nothing of interest or relevance until today. Arkham raises an eyebrow. Be that as it may, someone did not wish for this breakthrough to occur. For that alone we have good reason to seek knowledge of her amateurish, if enthusiastic, research. Arkham's eyebrows form a steep triangle as he arrives at a page of mathematical figures and coordinates. Should we tell them? Should we tell them? Is there a reason to trust them? Yeah, I mean, we should do. We need their help. We kind of like science. She discovered a river of soul essence flowing through the Deadfire. The Archmages exchange furtive glances. Lengrath tilts her head to the side in every way unperturbed. Lengrath clears her throat. We arrived at that conclusion long ago. Try and keep up. And yet she traced the path of the river while we only speculated on its existence. Arkham pulls on his beard and squints down at the almanac. Where does it go? Arkham sets the book aside and pulls out a vellum map of the Deadfire. He traces his finger from the shallows of the Great Reef northward. Where it goes is not my immediate concern. I am occupied by who presently follows it. The path of Eothas is winding, but unerringly intentional. His finger begins to stray east. He pauses on open ocean, his brow furrowed. Could that be? Tane leans forward, trailing off as he cranes his neck for a glance at the parchment. Suddenly, all of the attention shifts back to you. I think we've taken more than our share of the Watcher's time, unless there are any final questions. Unblinking, Arkham lifts his brow and waits, your dismissal hovering on his tongue. Why was Constellations so interested in this? Are you keeping secrets from us, old man? This is the first I'm hearing of it. Violetta rests her chin on her fist and fixes Arkham with a severe glare. I wasn't of immediate pertinence. Besides, Constellations has been dispatched yet again. Esteemed mistress of missiles, Arkham favors Minoletta with a stiff bow. Flattery has gone stale. To arrest the Watcher, I imagine that Constellations wished to sustain his wicked existence on a font of essence, but you kindly put a stop to that. Minoletta nods, favoring you with a smile that she denied Arkham. Wait, I don't get to hear the rest. Are you a member of the Circle? I hope you don't think we would divulge our secrets to a mere mercenary. Arkham's gaze hardens and a self-congratulatory smile cleaves his face. You're not entitled to everything I own, burglar. Yeah. You're holding something back. What is it? Arkham takes in the other members of the Circle. Their responses are myriad. Some shake their heads, others shrug, and others still lean back in their chairs and wait to see how it plays out. Better that I remain silent on the matter. If we wish to invite you into our confidence, you would surely know of it. Can I join your Circle? You would ask this after robbing my manor showed you the decency to spare your life? Arkham turns to you, his expression pale and affronted. Around the table of Arkham, someone chokes on a sip of wine. Absolutely not. Would there be anything further? Arkham waves his hand. The matter closed. Nothing further, Arkham. Here, baubles for your service. Not what you deserve them. Consider your debt repaid with interest. Arkham turns back to the Circle and pointedly ignores you. Arkham's illuminating discoveries. And 5,000 coins. Very, very interesting. Well then. Presented them with the research. We'll see what become of it. See what that is. Oh, look at that. A shiny spellbook. So for now, I'd say thank you for watching and happy gaming to you. We'll see each other in the next episode, where we probably go back to the seas for some interesting discoveries and bounties. A great time until then and happy gaming. This is Immanuel Khan signing out. See you soon and happy gaming.